Yo, good morning. Most of the videos on this channel are just me reading a script, reading the Mormon or the Quran, but today, and every once in a while, we throw in one of those booktube videos, okay? I'm going to show you what I have been reading and that I've read this year so far. What I'm currently reading, and what I'm still trying to get to. So, let's stack that all up. Oh, this backwards too, guys. Alright, hold on. I don't want to make this too long. Okay, I'm currently reading prize-winning book. This is the Scott O'Neill Award for Historical Fiction. It's about slavery. It's about so far the poor treatment of minor slaves. You know, the best book I read this year so far was also about slavery. It was Frederick Douglass' Life of an American Slave. Anyway, it's really sad how people treat each other. Yeah. Okay, and it's regardless of color too, because I was treated really bad. So, that's what I'm currently reading. Also, currently reading this book by the author of Treasure Island. Not very far into it. Keep posted. What I have read though this year, my first Henry James. This love story that didn't work out. This is a American capitalist trying to date a noble French socialist. Didn't work out. I really didn't like it. I have read Maggie, Girl of the Streets, and other selected stories. And here is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other stories. Experiment in Misery, I read that one, where a boy dresses like a bum, goes to the places where bums hang out, the bar, the soup kitchen, and he's harassed, you know, and he's not really a bum. It's an experiment. Maggie, Girl of the Streets, that book, I loved it. Starts out with kids fighting in the street, little kids, like 5-year-olds fighting in the street. And then how, you know, Maggie's brother's friends have their way with Maggie. I liked it. This is a science fiction book I read this year. It's about the Clifford what's his name? Simak, the city. It's about dogs. It's about dogs tell the story told by dogs after the humans like blast off to another planet to colonize it. It was interesting. I like that. Look at that. It's really cool. So maybe buy it. So it came from the St. Francis veteran house where I just came from. Okay. And then I have 2 James Fennimore Cooper books. This one that I read first was The Pioneers. And I'm probably going to listen to this again because in the beginning of every chapter, there's like these little ditties. And like when you listen to the audiobook, sometimes they sing them and they're not written by Cooper. They're written by like other people, but he puts them in there. So that's the best part. But this book takes place like pretty locally, New York, Pennsylvania area. The Spy, also by him, is also known as The Tale of Neutral Ground, about the Revolutionary War. All the men of the town go off to war, and then the women, you know, they're left with no dick, so they're upset. They're ready to go to war too. It was interesting. This book, I fell asleep at the end of it, audiobook, but it starts off with a young boy on a boat, and he smokes a funny cigar, like, I don't know if it made him dizzy or sick, but he fell overboard and then gets scooped up by the fisherman's uh, boat and his adventure there. And I read this one too. One of the Left Behind series. I mean, I loved it. It's fast paced. All those books were. They are fake news. There is no rapture. You're stuck here. Okay, and okay, that's everything I did read and been reading. I would like to still read this year ghost and horror stories of Ambrose Bierce. It's probably popular, but I found it at the Francis house. Walden started this, but got sidetracked with some other things. This book wants you to know that you should definitely take a portion of your life to live poorly. It's a practice that many religious zealots preach as well, the monks and stuff, but nobody has lived poorly like the crackhead. Okay. Still trying to get through Heidi to help me maybe learn to be nicer to assholes. And finally, 2 hardcovers. I'm still trying to get through. This is not that big. This is 3 books in one. I've already read The Glass Menagerie and A Streetcar Named Desire. I'm just trying to get through The Battle of Angels. I love Tennessee Williams, probably my favorite playwright. Next to Arthur Miller, maybe. Well, he's better, I think. I just read a 16th century play last night, A Florentine Tragedy. Only had 3 characters, a merchant, his wife, and a prince named Guido in Florence. But that's not the physical TBRs that we're going through right now. And the last hardcover on this physical book pile here is The Panama Passage. And I dated a man from Panama. He was a pirate, and he hurt me. But this book has a map, and I would like to read it. So I just think books like this are probably exciting. You know, see how the pages are. So that's all I have for you guys.